together, but you've got that 3D element. And we've got it in the furry, the spiky, or the triangle. Again, $12.99 for 6 of the individual options of furry, spiky, or triangle, or your bundle, which is all of them, 18 for £29.97, 958328. Big saving there, yeah, £9 saving. Easy, slots in, and then you can either choose to glue them or not. Obviously, they're not, so I can just show you, but just slot them together and yeah, personalise them, family name, everybody could have their own little tree. Can we make to sell them, Joe, the Angel Policy?
Absolutely. Those big bundles have been done particularly with people who make to sell in mind.
Great.
If you're going to be doing craft fairs and things like that. I know that there's not many going on at the moment, but hopefully by Christmas we'll have a few things like that up and running again. These are perfect. You could use the little ones as place settings for on your Christmas dinner table. There's so much scope.
They could dangle from the tree themselves, couldn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They're great.
I hope you're admiring the lovely stags beside me. I don't want you to ignore those, or the penguins. We're coming to those. Just want you to keep your eye out there. Baubles next. Now, 6 we can make of these 3D baubles. These are absolutely gorgeous. These were very busy in the first hour because look at that crazy price, $9.99, $459,669, and absolutely stunning. And again, we've used the chalk paints there. You've got your look at the papers. Isn't that a fabulous idea? Isn't that fantastic inside there? Beautiful. I love that. I'm just looking at the intricacies of how that came about. Before it was slotted in. Brilliant. So yes. So you've got the actual, obviously your pin there, as it were, and then the little cogs, which is how the papers are slotted in, and then the sides. Yeah, so six of those. Tap it and wrap it. $9.99, $459,669. Then we've got our lovely star stacker. Yes, which Joe had a great idea for making an advent calendar. Yeah, because you've got 6 points on the stars, and 4 stars makes 24. So this is your star stacker, and you've got little bauble. Well, that's the lights there. You can put little presents in there. Oh, did they go on? There we go, they're on. And they're off. There we go. Let's bring the lights down. Gorgeous, isn't it? And that lovely star stacker is $12.99. You can put lights on or not, it's up to you. 783836. Love, that's fantastic, isn't it? Now, let's talk about our lovely stags. Look at this handsome trio. Aren't they amazing? Aren't they fantastic? I just think these are just gorgeous. You can have all 3, or you can buy one size. Now, the mini family I'll come to, but let's just stick with the big stags, these 3 here. So you've got your large, your medium, obviously, and your small. Now, for all 3, they're £29.97. You're saving £9, 214026. And aren't they amazing? The large on its own is $15.99. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. The medium is $12.99 on its own. And then baby deer is $9.99 on its own. So you can see the savings are in having all 3 because you're saving £9. It's like you're buying both of these and getting that one as a kind of a freebie. But look how they're beautiful with the paint. The fabric, I think, is genius. You know, so you can really colour coordinate it with your own decor. You might have a cushion in a certain fabric, or there might be something that I don't know, Bubby wore when they were little, and you just think, I've still got that bit of a baby. You know, it could be their dear. Do you know what I mean? From their first Christmases. I don't know. Again, anything really. Just absolutely gorgeous. 214026. But then we've got the tiny family. Now, if you're going to have the big family, you need the little tiny family, don't you? Look at them. They are 3 millimetres across in the thickness. So when you see the millimetres, it's referring to the thickness of the MDF. So the other ones were 6, but this is 3. So you get, again, you're actually going to get 6 of these. Look at these fantastic stag antlers. Aren't they amazing? Yeah, so you're going to get 6 of these beautiful deers for $12.99. I think that's an absolute steal myself. 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8. I've been looking at these penguins all morning. They were the first thing that caught my eye. I just love them. Now, obviously, Joe did these in the first show this morning at 7 o'clock. So if you want to watch that on Rewind, please do. But same again as the reindeer. Same item numbers, but again, different options just to explain. So you have the large, the medium, and the small. All of those, that's family for £29.97, 214026. Or you can we get these in the individuals as well? Yeah, we can. So then we've also got the small penguin family, and again, you get 6 of those. Yeah, for £12.99. So you can go for the smaller penguin family and add 2 sets of 3 there for £12.99, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8. Or you can go for the big set of the family or those individual penguins on their own, just like the stags. 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8. So do watch on the rewind at 7 a.m. when Jo was with us and she was decorating penguins with that lovely chalk paint. Oh, now, yes, pom-pom maker. Yes, I haven't seen Jo do this, but when you look at it, you think it's always the simple things, isn't it, to answer the questions. Did Hayley use this the other week, did she? Oh, fantastic. So you can probably catch that on rewind. At £9.99, 151571. The pom-pom loom. Yes, so you don't have to ask Nana or, you know, the other half to sort of stand there with your arms this width apart while you just go round and round and round and round and round. £9.99, 151571. Absolutely brilliant. Love that. It's always the simplest, isn't it? And the holly, look at this, adorned with Jo's beautiful homemade candle from beeswax strips. Matt and I have been sniffing the candle. Sorry, that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? It just smells lovely. Sounded like a euphemism for something, Matt, didn't it? Hey, we've been sniffing the candle. So isn't that lovely? Now, one of these is £9.99, beautifully decorated there with the red and the green. That lovely chalk paint, so vibrant. It makes a great centrepiece, doesn't it, to your table? I just think that's absolutely beautiful. So you can put that, you know, what's lovely about the MDF is whatever your colourway is, maybe your green and reds, traditional, maybe your silver and blues, maybe you think I'm going to go purple and lilac, maybe turquoise and chocolate, eh? And then you could just paint it again next year, couldn't you? 245292 for the lovely holly bowl. Oh, let's have a look at some other things on the show today. Art boards we've got for you now. Now we've got 12 of these. These are MDF art boards. We've got 12 of the A4 size and 8 of the A5 size. So instead of a canvas, you go straight onto the board again with your mixed media or whatever it is you're creating. Great plaques, drill some holes. Yeah, great for big letters for names. The bigger art boards as well. We've got A3 and A4. Oh, that's a good canvas to work on, isn't it? I'm liking those. £19 saving. That's huge. £14.86, 182 135. Oh, I love a letter. Uppercase letters on the MDF as well. Mix any 8 for £13.92, 152 768. Yeah, and then get yourself some of that lovely chalk paint to paint them. Over to you, Jo.
So I thought that the first thing that we would do, being as I know that these paints are going like hotcakes, and I'm not surprised at all, thought I'd show you a few of the different ways that you can use the paints and the different effects that you can get. So first thing that I've done is I've just got a piece of black card under here and a stencil on top of it. And what I'm going to do is literally put this through quite thickly in the pink. Now I'm not worried about this being all the way through the stencil because you'll see in a minute. I'm also going to use the spritzer that I've created by adding some of this lovely paint to lots and lots of water, so you use hardly any of the paint and you can create an amazing spritzer. And because of it being the chalky consistency, it kind of it definitely retains its colour on the black, but it almost gives you the same kind of effect that those who use distress oxides will be used to achieving. So I've already got a little bit of blue made up in a spritzer, but I thought that we'd do pink, yellow and blue, and I thought that I'd show you just how small a quantity you need of the paint to be able to make quite a substantial amount of spritzer. So I'm just going to put a blob of the yellow into my bottle. Just make sure that you use a paintbrush that's small enough to get into the bottle, because otherwise you'll get into a pickle, which I have a tendency to do. And then all I'm going to do is add a good amount of water, and you'll see that what I'm doing is I'm doing it around the edges so that it's catching the bit that I've put at the top, and then give it a really good shake. So now it is chalk based, so as with any chalk based spritzer, if you make some of this up and you go back to it a few hours later, it will have settled, so you need to give it another shake. But once it's mixed, this is where the magic happens. So let's get this coming through. There we go.
Oh, wow.
You see just how vibrant that colour stays. And if I put a bit of blue as well, the blue is super vibrant.
And you did a bit of lace, didn't you, with that blue, didn't you?
Yeah,
Have I preempted what you were
absolutely,
going to tell
yeah.
me? Look at that.
So the lace then stays really flexible, so you can
Yeah.
use the chalk paint on literally anything, glass, metal. It literally is endless. If you're going to use it outside, same as with the MDF actually, if you want to use it on outside furniture or you want to do some MDF pieces and put them outside, just seal it. You can use outdoor Mod Podge, which I know that we've had on before because I bought it last time it was on. You can also use yacht varnish. That works really well to seal MDF. Just make sure that you sealed it properly. Now, if I lift this, hopefully you'll see the way that those colours have come through. I don't know if you can get that. And as that dries, you're going to get more of this sort of effect. Okay, so this is what I mean about it's a bit like the distress oxide effect because it's chalk based. It doesn't mix. This is just using the blue and the yellow, and you've got some beautiful green tones in there, but it gives that lovely mottly effect. So great for using for 3 stencils because it's so thick. It will also stay a bit raised. Other things that I've done with it, and I've just got a blue thumb over it, is mixed it in with my gel medium.
I liked that.
So that you've got a really nice kind of texture going on there as well. And again, the colours don't merge. So I laid the pink down first and then scraped the green over the top, and it's given almost a marbleised effect. This I love.
That's amazing, that
Look
is.
at that yellow and the red together.
So, it looks like a print of...
Yeah. Yeah, really, really lovely effect. And that again is just mixing a bit of the paint in with clear gel medium and off you go. This is stippled through a stencil. Few people might recognise this stencil. It's one of the All and Create ones. So. And these are just sprayed through a stencil. So this was the initial spray onto black and white. And then this, you can just see it, was a print taken off the stencil. So if I were to, if I flip this one over actually, or if I put my card down on that now, let's do this.
The intensity of the colour there, Jo, on the black,
it's phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah,
it?
and you don't. There aren't a lot of paints that don't that works that intensely on black, but because of the chalk element, they really do show beautifully. Now, this might not have worked because I left it a little while, but let's just have a look.
Oh, wow.
There, no, that's worked nicely. So you've got a background all ready to go. So you've got your one through the stencil and then another background. And like you say, those colours, I didn't use any green, but look at these beautiful green tones and turquoisey tones. Now that might be a hint as to what's coming next in terms of colour. I've already put my order in with Hayley as to what colours I fancy in the next lot of chalk paints because I think that there will be more. I certainly enjoyed them and I think that they are really super versatile. So I've already twisted her ear and put in my order. I've gone for turquoise and chocolate brown.
Lovely.
But if anybody else has got any particular colours that we've not got at the moment that you really fancy having in your supply, ping me, find me on Facebook, ping me a message, and I will absolutely see what I can do. Hayley's pretty good at listening to what we want. So, so that's a fairly quick run through of the different things that you can do with the chalk paint. Now, obviously, you can use the chalk paint on your MDF, and that's the kind of primary purpose. So, what I thought we'd do, being as we've got big stag and medium stag, I thought we'd do baby stag to match.
May I just quickly recap the chalk paint before we come to your stags?
Absolutely.
Is that all right, Jo?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So the black and white pots, the 150 millilitres there. Don't forget, you know, what Jo, just to reiterate, just how thick that is and how, you know, far that will go in terms of, you know, adding your water and spritzing. So they're 250 millilitre pots there, £15.98, 291740. Then you've got your heritage beautiful colours there, sold out in the first hour, but back on extended, which will be just at the end of the week, 31st of July, Friday there, £27.94, 856622. So that is a set of the 6 there. They're 100 millilitres each. They will go a long long way. What I love about chalk paint is it's that rich consistency which doesn't chip easily or anything like that. You know, if you are painting your furniture, because I've done some myself, it's fantastic. But this is amazing, isn't it? We're limited on the vibrant, so please don't miss out on that. £27.94, 221860, comprising of all these gorgeous colours. There you go. And we've also got the pick and mix, which comprises of any four of the vibrants or the heritage. Some of these are more limited than others. So if there are certain colours you've got your eye on, then please check out your baskets quickly. Then for any four in the pick and mix, £19.96, 194897. So let's go back to Jo with the MDF stags.
Okay, so this might be a bit of a quickie because all I want to do is show you how well this goes down onto your MDF and what the coverage is like. This paint is so incredibly thick that I recommend that you get what you need out of the pot and mix a bit of water in with it. It just makes it go on smoother. I'm forming an ever-increasing puddle here. It makes it go on smoother. You can still, with a lot of the colours, just get away with one coat. But let's just see. So this one's Aberdeen Scene that I'm using. And you'll see just how beautifully that goes on. No brush marks as well, which is one of the things that I like about chalk paint. If you water it down and do a couple of layers, then you don't get any brush marks. It just kind of absorbs into your MDF quite nicely. Oh, I think I've got a bit of cat fur there. That's standard for anything that I craft. It always has to have its quota of cat fur.
How many cats you got?
I've only got the one, but he's a Maine Coon, so he's the size of a small dog. And I brush him at least once a week, and every time I brush him, I get a whole cat's worth of fur out of him. So I could have made several mini-me's.
They're huge, aren't they?
They are,
I think
yes.
that's the breed a friend of mine has, and it's like a big... he's part tiger, I think, and wandering around. He's huge.
They're Norwegian forest cats, or they're related to the Norwegian forest cats. And I tell you, next time you see your neighbours, if the cat is a friendly one, look between its toes, because
I don't
they
think you'd let me get that near. He's a bit of a...
Is he a feisty one? Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
But they are really, really funny because they use their Norwegian forest cats, obviously, in the snow. They've got long, tufty fur between their toes. And my stupid boy likes to throw himself on his back and let me play with the fur between his toes. So he's a bit of a daft character, but he's got a daft mum, so we work quite well together. So as you can see, the coverage on that is really, really good. Now it looks a bit blotchy now, but that's because it's wet. As it soaks in and dries, that will even out in terms of colour. But you can put another coat on, so I'm going to paint his legs as well, and hopefully while I'm doing that the body will dry. If not, I'll give it a blast with a heat gun.
Well, I'm looking at this one we've got over here, the medium-sized stag, and you've got, not only have you got that lovely lilac colour on there, but you've done some beautiful, it looks like you've stenciled through and embossed there.
It's stamped and embossed, and that's what I'm hoping to do on this one, just to show that your MDF will take all of those sorts of things. So stamping and embossing, working through stencils. It's MDF is great to work as your base. And
I've noticed there's a good bit of glitter on those antlers as well.
There is indeedy, yeah. I think that on those ones, I think that is the Sparkle Mod Podge, which again, I don't know whether we've still got it on the website, but I know for definite that we have had it here before, and it's fab stuff. It's who doesn't want a bit of sparkle, hey? Right. So I made a really nice mess of my mat, but I've just about got enough there to cover the front of the legs. I'll grab a little bit more. I'll just go on neat with that. And now obviously you do need to do both sides of the legs and the body, otherwise you're going to have a bit of a wonky old deer. But there's just to show you what the coverage is like. And if you don't mind, if I can use my heat gun for a bit,
yes, I'll
and
go
give
down
these a
and
blast, and then we'll do a bit of embossing onto them.
Love to. Love to, no
Okay,
problem, Jo. We're
thanks,
very
Fiona.
busy on the paints, so please don't miss out. Let's look at those options again. So you've got your black and your white pots there. Of course, that's going to make all your other colours extend even further, isn't it? You know, in terms of mixing with the whites. £15.98 for both of those. Great basis to start there, 291740. Beautiful coverage. Then you've got the heritage. So if we look at those colours there, and if I just grab one, let's go for our pink. You can just see how thick these really are. So with the water, Jo created some beautiful. And it's almost like I think you described it as clotted cream, didn't you, Jo? Yeah. Yeah. Consistency. It's like it's amazing.
Makes me go, want to go and have a scone.
But I don't suggest you put it on your scone. Now that was sold out earlier, so that is now extended on the 31st Friday. So not long to wait. And then we've got our brights, our vibrants, I should say. And the chalk paint, which is, you know, is very unusual, isn't it, to have such vibrancy. So I was showing the purple earlier. We've got these back on extended as well. So, well, you see that purple? I think Adam did it over his head, but I'm just like, that's like Mary Berry and a meringue. Could have gone so bad, but trust in the quality. There you go. And then we've also got the pick and mix, £19.96. You pick any four of the brights or the heritage for £19.96, 194897. Proving very popular. So don't forget the MDF trees and. In the furry, the spiky and the pointy, we've got the stags. You've got the mini family where you get 6 for £12.99. 6, so a mommy, a daddy and a baby. But we're looking at the big family now. You get all three. You can get those individually as well on the big family, but you can get all three for £29.97, 214026. And if you watch the 7 o'clock show, Jo did the same with the penguins, because we've got the large penguins, which I love, and also the mini baby penguins, mini family, large, medium, small. See? 6 of those. Okay, so, and our lovely... pointy, what's the pointy tree one with the that we said it could be an advent calendar? I forgot what the name of it is.
The stacking tree.
Star stacking tree there as well. Anyway, are you good to go, Jo?
Yeah, I've just dried his bottom off.
Just dried his bottom?
Yeah, nobody likes a soggy bottom, and I definitely don't want a soggy bottom when I'm trying to stamp and emboss. So all I've done here is I've got a stamp that came with a magazine, because everybody that knows me will know I don't do Christmas. I am the Grinch.
Are you
so
really?
I am. I'm terrible.
I'm surprised at that.
I am terrible.
I don't believe that.
It's true. It's
What
true.
is it? Does it stem from? I don't wish to bring up horrible memories or something.
Loved it as a child. Absolutely adored Christmas as a child. I was fortunate that my dad was in the forces, so I was brought up out in Germany. And when they do Christmas,
those festive markets,
very traditional, beautiful Christmas.
I love those markets, the Christmas markets. Yeah.
But yeah, I've turned into an old grouchy Grinch as I've got older.
Jo, we need to reverse this. We'll put you under hypnosis.
So. Hopefully, you look at that for camera work.
It's gorgeous.
I'm impressed. I am absolutely impressed. So, just to show you that you can use all of your different mediums onto your MDF, and they will all work. So that was just clear embossing powder. I'm quite proud of myself. I managed to dry him off quite nicely. So the one thing that you will find when you're using embossing powders onto MDF is they take slightly longer to melt than they would do on paper. Think about it logically, and the heat permeates into the paper quite quickly, whereas MDF takes a little bit longer to heat up the MDF.
Yeah.
So it's all a bit sciencey, but I quite like a bit of sciencey stuff. But if we give this a blast, pardon the noise of my heat gun, it's like an aircraft taking off, but it shouldn't be too long. I'm going to put the glasses on.
I know you had your heat gun there a moment ago, but still, those legs, I mean, they're touch dry now. It dries so quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it dries really, really quickly, and that's one of the things that I really like about it. If you're using it for painting and decorating furniture, you can do a coat of it, go and have a cup of tea, and an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Load more. Yeah. And you think, all these fantastic colours.
Yeah, perfect.
I could just paint them all, the black and the white, fantastic.
Perfect. The other thing that you can do, if you're using it on things like furniture, if you want to make it a little bit more robust, you can put a wax layer over it and buff it up. It'll take away a bit of the matte finish, but it will protect it more. So if you do have any spills onto it, obviously this is a matte finish paint.
Yes.
So if you were to spill on it, it would stain.
Yeah.
But if you've covered it with wax,
that's good to know.
then it repels the water a little bit more. So it does help.
Tips.
Now, we can put, if I make this a one-sided stag, so you can't see the other side and you've got to look from the kind of the front or one side only, but he's starting to come together. These edges, where I've made a right mess, I just go along with a Posca pen to cover up the edges so you don't see them. And what I'm going to do with this beauty is give him his sparkle. So somewhere around here, I have my sparkle Mod Podge.
I love it. Do you know what I love about these MDFs as well? Is that they're really striking. It's the size of them, Joe. They're a proper feature.
They're really good, aren't they? And a friend of mine is really into her stags, and she asked me whether they would go outside. Now, obviously, traditionally, MDF you do not put outside, because the minute that the moisture gets to the MDF, it's called blowing, but it will basically expand and be ruined and end up as a soggy mess. What you can do, you can get outdoor Mod Podge, you can also get spray varnishes. Be very careful to put it into all of the nooks and crannies, because you want to make sure that you've got a really good seal. But you can then absolutely put them outside, and how cute would these look if you had them all in a row?
Well, just under your porch, you know, just as you come to your door, if you want a bit of protection for them. And
yeah, absolutely.
One in the windowsill there, I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, they would look lovely. And, you know, twist some lights around their antlers. I've got something I'm going to dangle from my little one's antlers, which was left behind from Connie, bless her, who was on, I think, on Saturday with her resin. She had some gorgeous resin gingerbread men, and I absolutely adored them.
We had some fantastic lights as well, but I've got some 7-day savers. Got some lights. I can mention those very quickly, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll come straight back to your reindeer then. Yeah, so we've got these as a 7-day saver. They're 6 cork top LED light strings. So it could go in bottles or the jam jars, because I know you said that the chalk paint will go on glass, won't it?
It
Wood,
will,
tile,
on metal.
Ceramic, metal.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
And if you don't know whether it'll work on something or not, try it. One of the other beauties of chalk paint is it'll wipe off. So it will go over resin, it will go over your air dry clay.
Oh yes, that
Works really, really
okay.
nicely with air dry clay. So literally anything. And if you want to repaint your sofa and be a bit adventurous, you can actually use it on fabric. I spoke about this in the first show. Mix it 50% with water.
Yeah.
Spray it all over and make sure you let it really soak into the fabric. Now, you saw how intense
It was
the
on the
colours
lace.
were in the spritzer.
Yeah.
So it will still give you an intense colour. Leave it to dry totally, and then rub it really lightly with sandpaper, and then give it another spray. Let it dry totally, give it another spray. And I've seen, particularly in America, they're really big into doing their furniture up and things like that. And I've seen some amazing sofas with every colour of the rainbow, all done with chalk paints onto your fabric, and then you seal that with wax, and it won't come off on your bum when you sat down on it. So really, really fab. If you've got a shabby old looking sofa that you want to give a bit of a zhuzh to, but you're not into your fabric crafting and you can't recover it yourself, get your paints on it.
Wow, well, I'd never. And you've stuck some lovely gingerbread men there on the antlers there. I love that idea. So this is your 6 chalk paint sets there. We've got the Heritage. That's now on extended delivery 31st of July because it's sold out, as is the Vibrant now, with that same date as well. Yeah, okay, 31st of July as well for the Vibrants. This is the Star Stacker as well, so you can either put your lights on or the 6-point stars there. We said maybe an advent calendar because there's 24 points there. Whatever little gifts or dangle from it, it's gorgeous, isn't it? And you could put lovely with some little LED lights or something like that. Little, mini little treats hanging from it. $12.99, 783-836, brand new today from the Craft Yourself Silly. Then we've got the Stag family. Now, this is the large family that you can buy the large ones individually, but for all 3, you're paying as little as £29.97, saving yourselves £9. I think the little one is $9.99 anyway. So, you know, you think about it's almost like you're paying for the 2 and get the wee one free. 214026. So individually, that one's $9.99. Medium one, I think, is $12.99, and my large is $15.99. $15.99. Then we've got those in mini version, and you get 6 of those for the lovely stags there. $12.99. So you do get all 3 times 2. So you can have 6 of those, and they're gorgeous, aren't they? Fantastic, exactly the same. Oh, he's lost his legs. Well, he's not. We've not glued him, have we? Just so we could show you how it assembles. Fantastic. $12.99. 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8. And then, you know, I'm obsessed with the penguins. Look at this. Now, Joe was on about you could cover it with material. Watch the. Where am I going? Where do you want me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just stand here. I'm losing myself amongst the woodland. You could just do it with material. I mean, to watch the 7 a.m. Joe did the penguins, and she's done the traditional penguin, but this one, you could, you know, with whatever's going on. I just think these are fantastic. It was just something about the 2 of them sitting there. I didn't even realise there was a 3rd one. They've been in there all morning, and they just look so eye-catching, fantastic. So again, same options as you do. You go for all 3 for $29.97, 214026, or go for them individually as well. And then you've got the mini family, and again, you'll get 2 sets of the 3 there for $12.99. Equally as beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8, $12.99. Okay, let's look at what else we've got. We've got some trees. Yeah, our lovely trees. Our furry, our spiky, and our triangular. So you get all 27 for £26.97. That makes them look quite small. They're bigger than you think. If you, we'll have a look at the counter again later, but 107842. And then we've got the MDF baubles. They proved very popular this morning at 7 a.m. 3D baubles there. And you've got those for $9.99. You make 6, 4, 5, 9, 6, 6, 9. And then we've got the holly bowl as well. That's a gorgeous centerpiece for any table to decorate. Redecorate it every year to the colour swing of whatever you've got, whether it's silver or gold or red. $9.99, 245292. So we've got those trees as well in the 3D and the 2D, as in, yeah. So do have a little look at those online. What are we doing? Are we doing a 2D tree or a 3D?
I'm doing a 2D tree,
okay.
And I'm just going to show you how absolutely simple it can be to decorate these. So, papers, if you've got any nice papers at home, brilliant. And particularly this one that's kind of like the 3 triangles, and the one that I describe as more of a Nordic type tree, the very plain triangle. These are really, really easy. Now, this might be a little clue about something which is coming up in the future with Craft Yourself Silly, is packs of handmade paper, and I'm quite excited by these. But in each of the packs, you get a piece of paper that's got a strip of all of the different samples that are in the pack on the front, and I thought, that's a
perfect.
Christmas tree ready-made.
Ready to go. So when are you bringing us those?
Hopefully at some point in August. Bear with me. I've managed to steam up my glasses having them on the head. Hopefully at some point in August, but certainly if not August, then September time. And there's much more than just the papers as well. So it's definitely going to be one to watch out for. I will be bragging a lot on my Facebook page when I know that they're coming along. Because I know lots of people that love handmade papers, and there's just some wonderful variety in them. Some real textured papers that you can then add to, use your embossing pad over and catch the raised parts, all kinds. So yeah, watch out for that one. It's worth keeping an eye out to have that one in your diary. Now all I'm going to do is line that up with the bottom of the tree and give it a squish. And flip it over until it's squished down, and somewhere in my pot of bits and bobs I should have my scalpel, but if I've not got it, don't worry. You can do this with simple scissors because it's such a simple shape. So if you just put your scissors at a very slight angle.
They're like the 7-day saver scissors, those ones, Joe. Aren't
they
the
are
ones?
indeed
Yeah, you get 2
Oakwood
for
Arches
$9.99.
scissors. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get them when they were on that deal, but I can really recommend them because they are very good and really strong scissors.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can get them on the 7-day savers, do. think it's Oakwood Archer ones, isn't it?
Yeah, the micro serrated and the soft grip scissors there, £9.99, £5.94,
And that
£7.88.
serration makes a big difference when you're cutting as well.
Yeah, why is that, Jo?
I don't know. I don't honestly know the science behind it, but it will go through. I mean, here you're going through with each cut, and this is handmade paper, so you're probably talking about 250 GSM, so it's quite substantial stuff. But then you've got lots and lots of layers, and it just cuts through them like butter. It's not bothered by how thick that paper is, so they are really, really, really good scissors to use. So
my producer says it's because it's serrated, it's almost like having lots of little blades working for you.
Right.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that is nice that they're a fairly soft grip handle as well. So
it's lovely to hold,
if you're doing a lot of cutting out, you don't get tired hands. So I'll do this one from the front just to get into the edges.
We've only got about a quarter of an hour left, just so you know, Jo, where you're at with the demonstrations.
Well, this isn't too bad. So one more snip of this.
I mean, this is great if you've got some favourite papers, like you said, or bits of.
Yeah, all of your odd scraps and things. If you've been doing a load of batch card making, all of your odd scraps of paper. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Just instantly decorated Christmas tree.
That's so cool.
It's really, really, and I did steal from our John earlier on.
Oh yeah.
I stole some snow, so a Christmas tree wouldn't be a Christmas tree without a bit of a wallop of snow. And I'm not just going to put it around the edges. I'm just going to randomly daub glue all over, just wherever I fancy, really.
Yes, John will be with us for the next hour with our one-day special there at 12. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to steal some of his snow because obviously with the stuff that I've got on, it was a need to be done. So let's, not going to waste any of it either. I'm going to be a very good girl. Let's give it a sprinkle. And this will only be subtle, but it will just give you a little bit of a twinkle. There we go, just in certain places. I'd probably put a lot more than that on, to be fair. But a very, very nice snow effect, so thank you for that, John.
Fantastic.
So there we are with those, and I will tip this all back in.
And then, of course, you've got the stands with those 2D trees, and they've got these in the 3D as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to show you how big they are. Because I think, forgive me, I love the image, no offence, but I think it belies the size. To me, that makes it look really diddy-dum. So there you go. They really are quite substantial in terms of size, and just some ideas there from Jo. And then the 3D ones are exactly the same, but obviously, as the name suggests, in the furry, the spiky, the triangular, you've got the 3D size there. Yeah, they're lovely. So have a little look at those. Shop ahead. But let's look at those paints because they're flying out for a whiz back to Jo. The black and white 150 millilitre pots. $15.98, going to get a lot of coverage with that, and that white, of course, as well, is going to extend your other colours even further, isn't it? So a huge amount of that fantastic chalk paint. I will say nearly 70% of it has nearly gone, so please don't miss out. $15.98. That's so good, because I remember paying at least £20 for a small pot of like grey chalk paint from well-known shop, just because I wanted to paint my waffle box. And I just love the coverage, and it doesn't chip, and it just, so that's a bargain. Please don't miss out. 291740. Then we've got my Heritage, which sold out and now is back on extended, which is Friday the 31st. All of these lovely pastel colours there. Rainy Day Lazy Pink, Milky Tea. At 27.94, 856622, nearly 40% of the extended's gone. And very unusually, we have the Brights as well. And this now is on extended because it's sold out as well. So extended until delivery dispatch on Friday. So that's the 31st there. 221860, £27.94. And or you go for the Pick a Mix, which is 4 of them for £19 something. What was I going to say to you? Oh, yes, and don't forget to ping Jo a message. If there's a certain colour you want to see, Lottie's put in a request for turquoise. £19.96 for any 4, 194, 897. Some are more limited than others. Right, the trees, okay, I said the 2D trees here as well. Don't forget those. All 27 for £26.97. So yes, there's 9 of each, or you can go for the options of your furry, your spiky or your triangular. And you can see that you've got the bases there, and that's 9. If you're going for a singular option, say the triangular, it's 9 for $9.99. Then we've got the 3D, exactly the same. Go for the whole bundle or go for the individual options. If you go for the individual options, you'll make 6 of these. Is that right? Yes, you'll make 6 because obviously they're 3D. Or you can go for all of them, which is 18 for £29.97, 958,328. The individual option as of 6 is at the bottom of the screen there, 546151. The baubles prove very popular, 6 3D baubles, so many opportunities. I love this, the favourite paper there in the middle there. You could cover it with your fabric. You've got die cuts in between there. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful material there. Could be some gorgeous material or flowers that you've got. At $9.99, you make 6 there, 459,669. Then our star stacker tree, yeah, $12.99. You can put the lights on, or you can put presents on, you can make an advent, you can put faces on, I don't know, anything really, because the MDF is just brilliant, isn't it? $12.99, 783,836. Over to my stags, our beautiful stags. If you've been noticing them in the lovely material that they're covered with or embossed. We've got the large, $15.99. So if you just want to go for a big old striking stag there, you know, in your sort of the entrance there or just inside your lounge, $15.99. I mean, it's so striking as a kind of a feature come the festive season. I love it. 621425, or you can go for the medium, $12.99. Yes. But I'll be honest, I don't want to split up the family, but we have to give you the option. $12.99, 366618. And a bubby one, $9.99 for the bubby one. Get the family involved. You could all decorate in your own, you know, with your family of 4, get another little one, and you can decorate your own stag, can't you? 544887. Or get the whole family for an incredible $29.97, 214026. Then we've got the mini stags. These are 3 millilitre thick as opposed to the large ones, which were 6, so that's why it says it on the graphics there. But you do get 2 sets of 3 there for $12.99, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 8. Then we got the penguins. Did you see him? Oh, look at him. Look at him. Isn't it fantastic? You can just see me through the stag's antlers there. I just think he's gorgeous. He's fantastic. You don't often get the penguins, but imagine them standing at your doorway. I just think they're amazing. So please don't miss out on these. I haven't seen anything like these before. Your menu on his breast, yes. Today we're serving. Or the ice cream menu, yeah. $29.97 for all 3, 214026. Again, we have those options, large, small, medium, available individually. So if you did want to make it your family and you're all going to name a penguin after you, you can get another wee one there for $9.99. Or we've got the small family there, 2 sets of 3 for $12.99 as well. That option there on the penguins also. And we've got our pom-pom maker, which I think Kayla was using the other day. So this is brilliant to make lots of your pom-poms there. Add your pom-poms to your animals, yes, pom-pom tails. Your cushions, pom-poms are everywhere at the moment on the corner of your cushions, aren't they? People make pom-pom key rings for your handbags, don't they? And all, everyone's gone pom-pom mad, haven't you? Have a good pom-pom on the end of your bobble hat, yeah? $9.99, 151571. And the holly bowl with Joe's beautiful homemade beeswax candle there. Again, I love this because you can just decorate it in style. This year we're going traditional. Next year, you know, I'm going gold and silver. Maybe I'll go jewel, amethysts and sapphires. You know, you can just repaint it. It'll always fit with the Christmas decor. $9.99, 245 292. Let's have a look at the boards as well, the art boards. So we've got those in small or large. So we've got 12 of the A4 and 8 of the A5 for an amazing £14.80. 893303. Great for your plaque. Great for, you know, sentiments, nice key phrases that we like. We've also got the large bundle as well if you want to do some beautiful artwork maybe. £14.86, 182135, and that's 6 of the A3 and 4 of the A4. So lots of options there. But don't miss out on those paints because they're flying like hotcakes. Joe, we've probably got about 5 minutes. You can rustle me up anything you like.
Absolutely right. So let's quickly show you how to put together these baubles, because they do come, you get 5 segments per bauble, and you get 2 little cogs, and you get what looks like a very long key with no teeth. Really, really simple. So you literally, each of the little parts of the cog slots into one of the, each of the segments slots into one of the parts of the cog. Now, I did this in the first show, and I'm risking it again without any glue.
So how did you do the paper bit? Because it's just
so those I actually covered it with paper beforehand, and then for the vellums in the centre, I cut circles of paper, and I just cut away, folded them in half, cut away where I knew they were going to overlap the cogs. And glued them in after it was made. So
fantastic.
But you can go to town. You could do baby's first Christmas with these. You could, Adam and I were saying in the 7 o'clock show, these would be lovely for if you were doing a wedding in a church, for at the ends of the aisles, but filled with flowers.
Oh, lovely. You've got photos on there also.
Yeah, photos of the bride and groom. So they'd spin around, coloured up with the bright chalk paints and done as beach balls or baubles on a string.
Yes, beach balls.
So many different things that you can do with them. So do not think of your baubles as just being for Christmas. So you can just about see, and I'm holding this together, my hands are shaking because I know that the minute I put it down, because I've not used any glue, that it'll probably fall apart. But then this key part goes straight the way through the centre, and each of those cogs has got a little square hole. Now, again, I'm a cheat, so I actually snap that, and I just pop a bit of glue gel in there normally, and have it on that way.
Okay, because it doesn't need to go all the way through, does it? No.
It doesn't need to. It doesn't. It kind of adds to the strength. The other thing that you can do is put it in this way and have it really, really long, and then you can have them hanging at different lengths. So again, options, which is what we always like. So last quickie, if I can just cram this
minutes.
in. Yes, plenty of time. Right, so all I've done with this one, I have painted the furry tree, I think that we're calling these.
The furry,
I painted that with the lazy pink because I thought that we'd do a little princessy girly Christmas tree. I stamped on it and I put on my silver embossing powder. So let's do the embossing magic again.
That girly pink's in the Heritage collection, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Lazy pink it's called. I think that and the pea green.
Oh, that's really heavy. Well, you did that with that lovely sample you've done for me. The Heritage is very busy, just to let you know. I'm going to put the details up for that. Half the stock of the extended delivery, which is only Friday, has gone. Honestly, it's such great value. 6 of those pots for £37.94. It's a steal. 856622, and of course you can extend it even further if you like, or indeed, as Jo was showing us earlier, with her spritzing. And also on extended are the fabulous brights, which you just never really see in chalk paints. The vibrant ones as well, they'll be extended on July the 31st. They're at the bottom of the screen, 221860.
And I would absolutely, if you're going to get them, get the black and the white as well, because that means that you have hundreds of colours that you can do, because you can make every single one of the colours that you've got lighter, or you can make them darker. So all I'm doing now is just putting some glue into the bubbles that were on this tree stamp, to represent baubles, and you know exactly what I'm going to use on this, don't you?
Sparkle.
I'm bringing out
gems.
I have a bit of everything, so I'm bringing out Jon Snow again. So.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I don't know whether he realises that I've nicked it.
Well, I'm afraid he does now, because he's right opposite and ready for the next hour.
I know. I'm trying to be quiet. So we've got some fluffy baubles now, and let's move this aside before I sneeze on it and make the snow go everywhere. Let's just pop that back into my pot and hide it away before John tells me off. And then what I've got is some gorgeous little pearl gems in really lovely lush colours. These are Aurora Borealis gems as well. That's my tongue twister for the day done. All I'm going to do is, let's just get my picky uppy tool out.
We've got about a minute left, Jo, so I'll say a massive thank you while you're applying your gems.
Thank you.
Do you know when you're in with us again, Jo?
I am back on 19th of August, and then we're trying to work out a date for me to bring all the papers to you, which is going to be quite exciting. But if you, like I say, hit me up on Facebook. Come and say hi, and I will be making sure that I announce on there exactly when I'm next coming on
Brilliant.
So there we go.
We look forward to it there. Thank you, Jo, for all your hard work. And you can watch Jo on the rewind as well at 7 a.m. this morning. We can see the way the lovely trees go in there, Jo. I'm sorry that we've got to say goodbye, but that looks beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you in August.
Always great fun, Fiona. Thank you.
Gorgeous. So don't forget to check out your baskets, especially if you want your chalk paint there as well, because it's both sold out and they're now on extended and already approaching half stock there, or maybe more. I'm not entirely sure because it was flying out. Don't forget the lovely MDF shapes. They are gorgeous. Some great projects there to keep you busy. We've still got plenty more still to see on the show, so don't go anywhere. It's been an absolute joy. I really enjoyed it, Jo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you all soon.
And yeah, we'll see Jo at the end of August, but plenty more still to come. Yes, we have got John next door. He might get his snow back, we don't know. Festive frames, and then we've got Dolly Dimple's Botanical Christmas there with our lovely Karen. And then I'll join the Kilted Quilter Christmas Hour.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now.